Making My Way by Dragoness Bahamut. Ash! Ash! Where are you, Ash? Misty? I looked around and saw Misty walking towards me, holding Togepi in her arms and calling for me. Ash! Where are you? I'm right here, I answered, waving at her so she could see me. She kept walking towards me, but it didn't seem like she saw or heard me. Misty? I asked, confused. Finally, she was right in front of me. She turned her head and jumped when she saw me. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. Have you seen Ash? What? Misty, I am Ash! She looked at me for a moment longer, then nodded. I see. I guess I'll just have to keep looking then. Thanks anyway. Misty! She walked past me and started to walk away, still looking for me. Misty, wait! I am Ash! I'm Ash! I'm right here! Misty! Misty, come back! I am Ash! Misty! Ashura! Wake up, Ashura! I was being shaken, and I didn't like it. I pushed at whatever was shaking me, then I opened my eyes. I was staring at a ghost. I screamed as loud as I could, and the Mew put its paws over its head. Ah! Don't do that, Ashura! He groaned. I blinked. I'm Ash! Whatever. You were having a nightmare. I could tell because you were sending out some major distress signals. I'm not distressed! He put his paws over his head again. Would you stop yelling? I'm getting a headache. I'm not yelling! I yelled. Please stop. I'm not gonna stop! You can't make me stop! I'm Ash! Yes, you said that already. Then don't try to stop me! I floated up, ready to zip out of there. Ashura, what is the matter with you? Sit down. No, I'm not going to. I'm going home, and for the last time, my name is Ash. Ash, you can't leave. That's not your home anymore. You have to stay here. His voice was already starting to fade in the distance. I was going home, and there was no way one little Mew was going to stop me. Misty, please recognize me. I couldn't understand why Misty wouldn't recognize me, but it felt like the dream was more than just a dream. I couldn't understand it. I hit my head hard on something that had appeared out of nowhere. I looked up and saw Nikiro in front of me, a pink sphere around him. Get out of my way! I screamed at him. He didn't say anything, but I felt his power surround me, and it was becoming difficult to move. Stop it! Stop it! Let go of me! We have to go back, Ashura, he said. I'm not gonna let this guy stop me. I have to go back, but not where he wants me to go. I focused harder on my own power. I built it up inside, and then used it to break free of his psychic hold. I didn't waste any more time. I teleported away. I tried to get to Saffron at least, but something knocked me down before I got halfway there. The next thing I knew, I was being tackled to the ground while I was in the sky. Let me go already! I shouted. I can't do that, he returned. We were both falling and fast. I tried to pull upwards, but he was pushing down, and gravity was on his side. Before I knew it, the earth greeted me by slamming into me and knocking the breath out of me for a good 5 seconds. We have to go back, Nikiro said again. I'm not going, I spat. You can go back if you want, but I'm going home. You can't call that a home, Ashura. It's full of humans, and I'm one of them. I was getting sick and tired of this. I used my most powerful attack on him, and he was blown a few feet away. That was enough for me. I teleported again. You can't do this, Ashura. I could see it. Saffron, the Golden City. The city where Richie and Billy and Pikachu and Misty and Brock and Mom were. The place I had been longing for. Something was holding me back. I turned around. Nikiro was holding onto my tail with a vengeance. What are you— Let go of that! That's mine! I can't let you go, Ashura. It would be backing out of my duty, and I can't do that. I said I would take good care of you, and I'm going to. By chasing me like this? I wouldn't have to chase you if you wouldn't keep running. I'm running. I'm going home. I told them I wouldn't leave them, and I'm not going to. Nikiro's expression changed ever so slightly. Ashura, maybe we could work this out. Have a little talk. Okay, stop calling me Ashura, and stop following me. Fine, I'll call you Ash. Happy now? No, not yet. You still haven't let go of my tail. He sighed. I can't, Ash. I can't let go because I can't let you go back to the humans. You're my responsibility. You don't have any idea how shameful it would be to let you put yourself in any more danger. You wouldn't like that anyway, so stop trying to get yourself into trouble. I'm not getting into trouble, I'm getting out of it. If you would just let go, I can prove it. I can't. I've been trying to tell you, but you won't listen. You're the one who's not listening. I've been trying to tell you that those guys are my friends. I know I can trust them. I know it! Ash, you're young. You can't understand the dangers of... All right, that's it. I grabbed onto the fur and skin around his neck and pinched. You think I don't know? You think I can't understand the dangers of going back there? Well, let me tell you this. I've been attacked, punched, kicked, fried, kidnapped, served for breakfast, lied to, exiled, electrocuted, brainwashed, frozen, drowned, and even killed. If you think I don't know how dangerous it is... You've been killed? I loosened my grip and backed up. Well, yeah. And you still want to go back? Yes! There was a lot more good stuff than bad. There was Pikachu and Misty and Mom and Richie and I'm never gonna give up that good stuff, even if it means I have to take the bad with it, okay? Because I've tried avoiding them, all of them once, and I didn't like it at all. So please, just let me go already. He shook his head. Look, I'm sorry, but I can't let you convince me otherwise. You can't go back to the humans. All right, that's it. If you're not going to let me go, then I'm just going to have to bring you with me. What? I turned around, then aimed straight for the ground. I didn't pay any attention to Nikiro, or that I might crash into something. If I did crash, at least Nikiro might let go. I found the building easily. I recognized it from the time that Jesse and James had trapped us in there, plus I could sense rockets inside. Since I didn't want to go through the front door, I crashed through one of the upper windows, and just as I'd hoped, Nikiro finally let go. Ow! I groaned. I picked myself up and moved away from the broken glass. Nikiro did the same, but moved in the other direction. Do you have any idea what you're doing? He hissed. Yeah, I'm finding my friends, and then I'm going home. Is this a 2 for the price of 1 deal? I whirled around. Of course, it was Giovanni. He was sitting at a table and looking at the two of us. I couldn't understand it, but he seemed different somehow. I knew that you'd come back here first. If you're looking for Philanthra and the rest, you're too late. They left for Pallet a long time ago. But before you go, will you please tell me which one of you is my Ashura? What? I'll never be your Ashura! I barked. He gazed at me, then turned around so we couldn't see his face. Go home, Ash. They miss you. Huh? What did you say? I said go home. Your friends, your mother, they miss you. Don't keep them waiting. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I had to make sure this was real. I floated towards him and landed on the table so I could look him in the eye. I couldn't believe what I saw. Giovanni, the great boss of Team Rocket, the villain of all villains, the man I'd sworn to hate forever. He was crying. What? He demanded of me. It didn't have the same impact that it used to. His face was red and wet, and his voice was bitter with sorrow. I told you to go home, Ash. Why haven't you left yet? This man, he's my father. Is it possible that I've hurt him as much as he's hurt me? Dad. He looked up again. He was so surprised that he'd stopped crying. I didn't know what I wanted to say next. I didn't love him or even really like him. How could I after everything he'd done? But how could I hate him after seeing him sitting there, crying for me, telling me to leave him alone? I'm sorry. He shook his head. Stop worrying about me. I told you before and I'll tell you again. Go home. You don't belong here with Team Rocket. And I finally understand that. So leave. Right. Bye. Wait! Nikiro cried. He dashed up and landed next to me. Now what? I asked him. You can't go there. You just can't. It's bad enough that I let you come here, but... Excuse me, but who are you? Giovanni, Dad asked. I am a Mew, and that's all you need to know, human. Dad seemed impressed. You may be a Mew, and I may be a human, but that doesn't give you any right to prevent Ashura from going where he wants to. Did I just hear him say that? I told him to go home, and that's where he's going. I can't let you stop him, Mew. You can't stop him. I have a duty as his designated guardian. And I am his father. Right, Ash? That's right. So that makes my duty more important than your duty. But you are only a human, Nikiro protested. You are only a Pokemon. I could capture you if I had a mind to. What? He shrieked. but I don't really want to. I've had my fair share of trying to control Mews and Mew clones. It has been the most difficult job in the world. Both of you had better go back to where you came from. Yes, sir, I said, saluting. What? Nikiro gasped. Bye, Nikki. I'm going home. I floated up and then teleported myself back to Pallet Town.